Song of the year.
Woo! You know, we gotta tease y'all a little bit. You know, gotta sprinkle in a little like big floof here
Yeah.
and there. You know, waiting up.
And we've done a lot of really big album categories. We did
Yeah.
pop, neo-pop, electronic. Those are some really things we care about. Indie as well.
Yeah.
But Song of the Year,
It's
that's one of the
huge. It's one of those. Break a table on this bitch.
bottom up. Gonna do bottom up this time. Sunblind by Fleet Foxes.
Woo!
30 seconds on that.
Best indie song this year.
Really?
Best indie song this year. Yes.
That's a
Say
strong
something for
phrasing.
me. Best indie song this year. Top to bottom, ridiculously good.
It's a very beautiful sounding song, but there are a lot of very beautiful sounding songs in their own way on here.
Yes.
You also have Home by Caribou.
A song that I never thought would actually end up being mainstream-ish has now been mainstream-ish. One of my favorite Caribou tracks to come out. Beautiful song. The little I'm home part going along, just fantastic.
Yeah. It falls or like comes really nicely out from my other favorite song on the album, New Jade. It really fits, especially with that voice. But
Yeah.
like, it's a good song on its own right.
Yes.
Blinding Lights by The Weeknders.
The Weekends. As a song that has been exploded up and overplayed, it is in its own right the best all-around pop song you could make in 20 years.
Yeah, and I'd say the best all-around pop song you could make in 2020, especially given the more disco funk kind of move towards things. Very Michael Jackson-esque in a good way.
Yes.
The Kool-Aid Man of pop songs, WAP.
What by Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion. There's so much.
This song just lit the world on fire.
Just broke Ben Shapiro's brain and just literally made debauchery mainstream, and I love that. Ratchetness, a whole thing of just something that's usually like shamed a little bit by society. Now I'll just bring it out and be like, fuck it, this is who we are, and going into it. And as a song itself is really catchy, it's actually pretty good, as wild and as raunchy as it is, and the music video to go along with it also goes hard.
It's very danceable, it's very like wicked, it's like it's a nice like capstone for Megan Thee Stallion's really amazing year. It's a nice teaser for what's gonna be a really nice year for Cardi B apparently in 2021. Nice all around.
Can't wait for that.
You go into Too Late by Washed Out, which is one of the most like beautiful songs I've heard this year. It sounded like turn of the century, sort of 2000s kind of pop alternative, but
it's
such
like
a new spell on it.
It's like chill wave mixed with pop, mixed with alternative, mixed with indie, and just gorgeous from Washed Out. He has pumped out so much good music over the years, and his album, I did like his album. It started like by like the middle end of it. I thought it started to get a little blandish. So that's why I didn't nominate his album. But Too Late as a song is, holy shit, it's good.
Right.
So good.
Then you have Compensating by Eminem featuring Young Thug. I mean, if you've ever heard a pop song, this is a pop song.
This is a pop song.
It's got all the nice little fun notes. It's a couple like little bars here.
Music video is hilarious too.
Music video is very vivid and nice. The theme of the song's very poppy about getting over a relationship, but also overcompensating for those feelings itself. Really kind of amazing thing. Hold On by Little Dragon kind of flew out of the gates from being a really nice song.
Wish the rest of the album like stayed true to this. There was some other good stuff I liked with the album, but there's a lot of other stuff I'm like, it was kind of a little slowed down a bit.
Yeah.
But Hold On is like, oh my God, like at the beginning of the year, she was just on repeat over and over again, just amazing stuff
It
from
reflected
them.
how good of a year 2020 could have been.
Exactly. It's like, because it was like in January, I was like, holy shit, music's already off on the hook. We're good. I'm like, we got some Caribou coming out later. Got Tame Impala coming out later. Let's get in it. And then,
This is going to be very great. Things were not great.
Things were not great. But Hold On was very great.
Yes. And then you have kind of the encapsulation of a lot of what we've been talking about, maybe less so WAP, but probably more like almost everything else. Tame Impala's Breathe Deeper. It wasn't released as a single or a surprise or anything like that, like anything else was. It was a surprise the first time you listened to the album, and it's got so much to offer.
I mean, the drum beat itself is one of my favorite things, and I actually... it was interesting seeing Kevin Parker, the main man of the lone individual of Tame Impala.
Yes.
He starts making songs with drum beats. And now when I heard him talk about that before, and I heard him interview, it makes sense of why I like Breathe Deeper so much, because the drum beat carries that entire song. There's so much guitar, there's keyboards, there's the gorgeous bass line in the background, and it's just like all in all, one of my favorite songs of the year too. Where it's just put together beautifully, and it encapsulates that album all in a whole, and it's just so good.
It is just, I mean,
beautiful.
like,
When the album came out, we've had that shit on repeat in our car.
The sort of honky tonk shit, like the drum thing that it does, like in the middle of the thing.
Yeah.
That's just really nice. It's really beautiful in particular.
Yeah.
There's also the thing that it does near the end where it's like a muffled dance beat.
Yeah, exactly. In the middle where like the keyboard going on.
Yeah, where it just completely transforms. It's just got so much to offer as a song and an album that is just like already record like breaking in its own right. There are some people who are like, yeah, Tame Impala's a little overrated. He's gone from the psychedelic rocks kind of thing.
You're high if you think he's overrated because i.e. Currents was already insanely good, and I actually like his latest album a little bit more than I did of Currents, which is saying something, and it's really good. As an artist, you don't want to stay in one genre. You want to push forward, too, people.
I can't even really do the narrow down thing that I've been doing before.
I already know who this is going to. I already know what it is. By far, there's only one correct answer.
There's two contrasts to the like approaches what we just had.
Yes.
There's Mir like, I don't know if I can narrow it down. There's one where he's just like
aim and box his dead body.
He's like, ready, aim, headshot. What are you going for?
Blinding Lights by The Weeknd. It is.
Really?
It has the Daft Punk effect of a song, which is really hard to do as an individual song. Almost everybody I have who has listened to the song likes it in one respect or so. People who are even big into music will have this on and they're like, oh, this is fine. People who hate The Weeknd will have the song be like, this song's good. Caesar, for example, hates The Weeknd. When this song came out as a single in late last year or so, he bumped it for me. He's like, Sean, you gotta listen to this right now. And I'm like, what the hell are you gonna play? The Weeknd. I'm like, what the flying fuck? He's like, I know he's a fuckboy who's seen, he just curses in a high voice and hates it. But then he's like, Blinding Lights is so good. I was like, yeah, this is so, yeah, top bottom. Ridiculously good song.
I will do that. I want to put Compensating by Eminem featuring Young Thug as the runner-up.
Fine with me.
Because it's another similar thing where there's so many other people who have come up to me going like, this is amazing. Who the hell is Eminem?
Yeah, exactly.
It's amazing you mentioned Eminem because it's someone that I actually mentioned on a music recommendations episode.
Yes, you did.
Here on Audioface Podcast. Subscribe on your favorite podcast platforms.
Please rate us 5 stars.
Please rate us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. We do very much love iPhone users. That's kind of a fact. And it's everyone who like showed the song was like, this is very playful. It's very fun. Like it's getting me into really obscure kind of rap music because Eminem is like a world of his own.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's also like a really great performance by feature Young Thug, doing this very versatile voice thing. He keeps it fairly classy for the song, considering all things considered. But it's a surprisingly deep thing for a pop song. Again, 2020 a little bit kind of lackluster here and there, but I think those are 2 very good songs of the year. I'm happy to give Blinding Lights a little bit of that edge because it did just have that kind of global permeation, I think.
Yeah, and for a song that has that big of global permeation, it's not utter shit.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Take it when we can get it.
Exactly.